All right. Well, welcome to this wonderful PSA of the Fargonauts. The
Yes.
The
we're
world of not doing drugs.
yeah. Okay, guys. This is going to be serious because this was
Mhm.
promoted by I think Barbara Bush, and there was something that I watched where they introed this talking about the dangers of drugs, and they were really into preaching this message, and to do it they needed the all stars, guys. Do you know what I mean? They needed the big
The big
hitters.
guns.
They
Yeah.
needed the big guns. They needed Garfield.
So
They needed
when
Alf.
just
Yeah.
like when Michael Jordan was in dire straits and he needed help, he turned to All Stars. Or no, I guess it's the shoes on the other foot. They turned to him. He's the All Star, but he also played with All Stars, and so All Stars came together in Space Jam. And yeah,
Yeah, and with this, we're gonna have all these all stars. Instead of winning galactic basketball games, they're gonna talk about drugs.
Yeah, dude.
And I haven't seen this. I don't know if you guys have, but
no,
it's
No.
gonna be interesting. So let's just let's watch. Let's see what this is about.
let's strap in.
Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue is the powerful story of a teenager dealing with drug and alcohol abuse.
Some of your favorite cartoon characters will help you understand how drugs and alcohol can ruin your life. So watch the program, talk about it with your family.
And make the right decision. Stay away from drugs and alcohol.
That kid's got a one-way ticket.
Okay, I'm just gonna interject. I guarantee, like, maybe 75% of the cartoonists were on drugs making this video.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Every day, before work and after, and during.
Well, even to come up with the concept of fucking Garfield.
Dude,
Like-
do you think they had to like? Cause I know like how a lot of like in various media having various properties cross over. This can be a headache, and like do they have to like run the scripts past every right holder for this to make sure it's like cool? Because like Marvel and DC, when they do their crossovers or whatever, they always review them and like make sure like no one's like no one looks better than the other one or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, do they have to do that with this too? Like,
Are we gonna? Can we make sure that both Alf and Winnie the Pooh keep an equal distance from the drugs? We cannot show either being closer than the
Yeah.
other
Same.
Yeah.
anytime.
That's why we had
Slimer,
like
dude?
we had the chipmunks
Dude,
give us
There's
the
so
dealio.
many of these characters are all dudes you expect to be getting fucking stoned, dude.
The Smurfs? Hell yeah. Like,
Fucking Garfield, brother,
he has the munchies
Al.
24/7.
Slimer, Alvin and at least one of the chipmunks.
Slimer's getting some like afterlife
Spectral fucking shit.
Yeah. spectral ectoplasm, like
He's getting
You got that fucking.
uber zooted.
You got that ecto kush.
extraterrestrial good stuff. So I mean,
All these people would be getting zooted. Little baby Kermie, no, but like the rest of these guys.
this is where I start to get frustrated because I'm like, that's not Kermit. That's just an alarm clock. Like you got to choose.
That's what I'm saying.
alarm.
Is this a Toy Story situation? But then it goes out the window when fucking Slimer shows up.
Yeah.
'Cause he's straight up Slimer. Because like I could get that would have toys of all these characters that are popular at the time, and maybe that's why sizes are wonky and like
Yeah.
certain things. Like Kermit is all of a sudden turned into a real boy instead of a alarm clock. But like
Even
once you
when
throw
the
Slimer in there, that's out the window, dude.
just A. Milne would be doing so many drugs watching this. It just despite it.
Dude, hell yeah.
To Nowheresville.
Okay, let's jump out the window. Okay, bye. Yeah. Pooh's just like, good luck. Bye.
Zooted in the arcade, dude.
Look at that face. That image is awesome.
But I got some latest thing.
Crack?
A joint?
Oh my God.
How did you get started?
It's just so
Yeah, what's this? A joint? 2 years ago. Wow. When everything was in black and white.
Nice catch.
Let's all wear our initials on our shirt.
I guess you would, wouldn't you? Not very bright. Definitely not one of the world's foremost thinkers.
Hey, lighten up
Little did he know some of the smartest people of all time were ding dingers.
Yeah, bugs.
With that dad shirt tuck going on.
Crack. Now we're talking.
That's serious stuff.
Yep, dude.
This is pretty cool, dude.
Oh, turtles.
Yep. Mikey's coming out.
Dude, it's Mikey, too.
It has to be Mikey.
The other one that you expect to be a fucking hang dinger, dude. What's up, bro?
They're just giving this kid an acid trip. Like, they're just... all these cartoons are like, check this out. Let's go time travel. Hey, let's go in the sewer.
Baby Kermit and fucking Piggy, dude. Showing me around the human brain. Jesus Christ.
This
Yeah,
is,
it's a
like,
trip.
so hard right now.
Kermit's pupils blinking. Great.
Those are Joanna's eggs. I'm tripping out, dude. I'm just...
What's happening to me?
oh, hell yeah.
Dude, them duck boys, dude. Dinky dinky and lingy, dude.
Yep, there you go.
Dude, I'm pipping.
I thought I told you to stay out of here. No, Dad. Tell Pooh Bear to mind his own business.
Yeah, no shit. What's in the bags? Huh? What's in the bags?
The bad guy from Osmosis Jones kind of have that face. Bad guy.
Oh, shit. Just Chuck Poo.
Alex Niño. Is that the comic artist Alex Niño?
You're gonna have to do some broad digging here.
Dude.
Hold on, did I see Osama? What the hell was that?
Oh.
Wonderful ways to say no.
Good.
Osama, cool.
Yeah, it was Alex Niño. After another hiatus from comics, during which time he worked on designs for, well, this would have been earlier than that. So he worked on designs for Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
Oh, sick.
So did Mike Mignola, the Cowboy fan. That's why it looked
Baby
Fucking
Kermit, Baby
Steve.
Baby Gonzo, Chipmunks, Garfield,
Alex
Slimmer.
Linder. It's from Mirage Entertainment. You know why it's called Mirage? Why their production company / comic publisher was called Mirage.
McDonald's?
Yeah, it was a Ronald McDonald charity
I
thing.
know, but like that's just it puts it in a different light, you know.
Yeah.
It does. All right, so
Um,
we just watched the biggest acid trip PSA about not doing drugs that I've witnessed.
I'm not saying angle some stingle and fucking watch this, but if you do, it's gonna be a good time. Holy shit, dude! Yeah, this is basically just a big. It's almost like it's working against itself.
Exactly. It
The
was
whole-
so like the
whole message is
cognitive
don't do that.
dissonance that
It's
was
just like-
around this is crazy. It was so disconnected from its message.
Well, the message is you don't want the George C. Scott demon. Exercise your demons.
Was it George C. Scott? Was he the crack, or was he addiction, or whatever he was embodying? Was it?
Yeah, that was George C. Scott, 100%.
Okay, I didn't.
I don't even need to look it up, and I can tell you that it was him.
Well, it did sound like Joanna's eggs. That's why I said it when
Dude.
like he was screaming.
That was
Shit.
my favorite part of watching this was in real time being like, who is that? I think that's George C. That is George C. Scott.
So, I have now confirmed. I don't know if we were recording when I made this the discovery / question. It was comic artist Alex Niño who was the designer or whatever on this that we saw. Where I was like, holy shit, is that Alex Niño?
So give
The
us a
dude-
backstory. Like you said he does like
He
an
was like
on and
a-
off again comics thing, or
Well, there was a kind of a wave of a bunch of Filipino comic artists kind of came over and started making a name for themselves in like the 70s, 80s. And like, boy is fucking crazy with it. Like, here, I'll send a image. But like, he is just super, he did a lot of work on the Marvel, like black and white magazines, like Conan, Savage Sword of Conan, and like stuff like that. He also worked on a bunch.
okay, Bracho, he just jumped out of here.
His phone probably died.
No, he had to rejoin, I think.
Magazines like Eerie and Creepy and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
But so he's just a real crazy. I just put a piece of his in Man Center there. But he's just a real crazy freaking artist, like super good. So to hear that he was doing design work for this, I was like, hell yeah.
Well, I think he must have
he
had
did
some
this,
creative like decisions on like the acid trips or like the scenes where
right?
crazy
Oh yeah,
stuff was
100%.
happening. Because
So he's background designer on this. He was background designer on the real Ghostbusters. He did a bunch of other like mid '90s like probably direct-to-video animated shits. Yeah, a lot of that shit. And then he did Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. Was lead background designer on that for a few episodes. He was a character designer on Mulan and character designer on Treasure Planet.
that's great.
So yeah, dude, yeah. But yeah, so it's to me just knowing the work of Alex Nino, like how crazy and detailed and stuff it is, and like all that stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, he did this.
So I
And
guarantee
yeah,
you, if it's background stuff,
designer.
he
Yeah, it's
he
this
did
shit.
this like this sequence here where they ride through like the brain synapse
Yeah,
of Michael,
Yeah.
and all like the brains are like, or the little nodules or whatever, the lobes are
it's
firing.
definitely just all the acid trip stuff. Gotta be. So yeah, hell yeah, Alex Nino. You guys haven't heard of Alex Nino out there? Check him out. It's crazy. Good.
I think that's awesome. Like they had so many great creative minds, and you get, like we said when we were watching it, like the creative minds must have been on something to create something like this. Like,
Well, dude, and like I said, it's like they got together in a room and were like, all right, out of all these cartoons, who are all the characters that you think would most likely be the ones to smoke weed? And it's like Garfield,
yep.
Alf, Alvin and the Chipmunks, fucking Michelangelo from the Turtles, fucking Pooh and Tigger, and like the Smurfs. 'Cause, yeah, and then like just all of these characters, and you're like, dude, a lot of these characters just seem like the dudes that would be fucking hang dangling, and maybe that's why they picked them.
Yep. Out of the 100-Acre Wood, I would guess Eeyore being.
Eeyore, yeah. Tigger be on that cocaina though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he'd be bounded. I think this was just a fun watch, given the fact that
It
we've
was.
been kind of going through these classic cartoons and
Yeah.
finding relations with how they have crossover voice actors and things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of these, like it was definitely all stars of voice actors too. Like they were all showing up here.
Fucking eat your heart out, Roger Rabbit. Fucking
Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit with all like Mickey Mouse.
yeah. Was that first or was this first?
I'm pretty sure that was first.
Yeah, because this was 1990. Is that when this was?
Yeah,
Okay, so this was 2 years after.
I think it says, doesn't it? Yeah, it says 1990 at the top, at the title there.
Yeah, I just saw it when I was looking at Nino's stuff. Nino.
So, as far as like the story goes, it's a basic story of like the cartoon all stars are giving this kid like a Ebenezer Scrooge.
Don't do drugs. Drugs bad.
Like the Scrooge treatment, because they do like the ghosts of past or whatever. Like they go back into the past, saying like, here's where you went wrong, you idiot kid. You fell. You were playing frisbee or whatever you were doing. You saw these bad dudes smoking a J behind a bush or something, and you're like, that sounds like a good idea. And then like they give him like this treatment of like, this is what it's doing to your brain, you dingus. And then it like kind of it goes through so many sequences of like freak, like brain melting visuals, and he's just like scared straight. Like that's what this is like these cartoons are invading his mind and telling him like, this is bad for you, dude, don't do this. And I don't know if it resonates with this kid. At the end, it all comes down to seeing his loved one, like his little sister, do it. That kind of breaks the cycle, or snaps him awake. It has nothing to do with these cartoons like invading him, because they're kind of like giving him a ride that's freaky. And when it comes down to like the smoke monster or whatever, telling his little sister to like, hey, you should do it. You gotta do it, you kid.
Yeah.
Then he's like, oh fuck no. And then he gets pissed at the smoke monster thing and chucks it in the trash. And that kind of like stops it. And then his sister's like, you know what? Cartoons, you tried. But really it's like, it's up to his family to kind of talk about this. Like, it was a fun visual spectacle to see all these all-stars together, but yeah, they didn't really they did more damage to this guy's brain than, helped him.
Right.
Their wacky antics and their, what they're known for, like, Daffy here doing his fortune teller bowling ball routine. But yeah, I mean, seeing them all together was fun. I would say that. And seeing the visuals of this show was definitely a good time. What do your guys take away from this? Other than the fact that it was like a visual spectacle and it had all the great voice actors and things like that. Anything else stand out? You guys?
It's so interesting that it's like it opens up with the Bush seniors talking at you. It's funded by McDonald's. It's got all these different entities and corporations and things working together to be like, yep, we're a part of this and we approve of this. It's like you're saying, Bracho, like it just takes so much like checking and doing and fucking.
I bet you so many people got fucking write-offs for this though. Like all these like companies and shit that own these characters and all that. They're like, well, we did a charity thing or something, public service thing, so we can, write some shit off or whatever.
There was a point where when he's like having like,
very shallow and hollow.
Very shallow, because it's like near the end or whatever when he's having like a bad trip. He's like at the construction site and all that when he's right there. He's like getting put through this big obstacle course kind of thing, and it feels like, okay, we're just eating up time here to freaking like we have nothing further. None of this is really like super messaging about like here's the realities or dangers of drug use. It's more like,
right,
here you're gonna see Daffy Duck and then he's gonna give you a vision use a zombie.
Right.
Yeah, that was freaky where he was like, did the zombie have like a needle in his hand? I think that's what I saw. Or was it like a crack pipe?
Yeah.
It was
I think it was a needle.
Yeah. And like, yeah, that image was kind of freaky too. He just looked like a corpse. And yeah, essentially it's Ebenezer Scrooge. It's just Christmas Carol, but drug. It's a drug carol.
If Ebenezer Scrooge had gone through this, where almost like 24, maybe more cartoon characters freaking showed up to him and were communicating in the way that they communicate to him in this, he would have never came out the other side.
Nope.
He would have been lost in that vision and murder suicided some of those cartoon characters, sad to say, but
he would just rip the stuffing out of all of them. Yeah. Or
there's like
Pooh and Tigger.
There's like moments in this where all the cartoon characters are like surrounding Michael and just being like, don't do it, Michael, don't do it, all together, like Gooble Gobble, one of us. Like it feels like it's like oppressive almost. And that's supposed to be like reassuring, is that, oh, we're here to help you, Michael, but everybody's there around him. If I was him and maybe on drugs or had done drugs, like, why the hell am I seeing all these cartoon characters? This is awful.
Yeah.
I don't want to see.
Did the cartoon characters, keep their characteristics as far as you could tell? Like, did they keep their personalities from what you
generically
from? Say it again.
I mean, Mikey was more serious than he normally is, but like,
Yeah, I mean, Mikey seemed like he was chosen for a reason because he was the party dude, but his personality didn't carry over. Like, why don't you just get a pizza instead? Or like when they were singing the song like "Just Say No," he was like, Mikey wouldn't be the one to say. His line was something like, "No thanks, I gotta go do my homework." Like, that doesn't seem like a Mikey thing to say.
Yeah, right, exactly.
They just like Braja said, like about it being shallow. They really just like all that they did was hit the most like recognizable and highest notes for these characters and or in their way of speaking or their catchphrases, and then filled in the rest with a non-drug message. So it was super shallow, super like felt disingenuous almost.
Yeah, the characters was just there to service the message and not really play into their characteristics. I mean, maybe Bugs was more himself than any of.
Yeah, I mean, some of the more like cartoony dudes are pretty,
Maybe Garfield. Garfield did have a few of his like
Yeah.
I'd rather eat
Like I said, like the
lasagna.
more cartoony of them were pretty normal, I guess. But
Overall, I'm glad I watched this. I think this came across one of my feeds that I was like, wait, I was following like a nostalgia thing on Instagram, and this came up. And I was like, oh my god, we have to watch this because we have been talking about, just to reiterate the 90s cartoons and things like that, and we've been discussing these voice actors that have kind of had like a run in every other show that we've watched. They've kind of cross-pollinated voice stylings into them, so it's fun to see them all come together in this. Even if it is just like a kind of cash grabby, shallow interpretation,
it was
it's
fun.
still it's fun to watch and see them all together.
It was a fucking tip, dude.
It was a tip. It was a tip.
That's
and a
just
half.
it. Is like they made a wise choice in getting Alex Niño, and
They're
it was
like-
some tippy shit. Dude.
They saw his tippy art and they're like, oh hell yeah, we got to get this dude.
That's why part of me is like some of the people like making it were in on the joke. They're like, let's get all the fucking ing dingles and cartoons, put them in this, and then fucking just to have it be a massive acid trip. Like,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
send me if you get the chance, Bradshaw. Send me some of the best Nino like art that like really shows off some of like the tippiest of the tip, and I'll try to put it in the edit of this because get to know that guy,
Sent that
'cause
one.
the image you sent,
That one was
like
pretty fun. Yeah.
that's a crazy one. There's some cool like koi fish in there, some turtles, and like mushroom headed wizards in there, like crazy cool stuff.
I know.
Yeah, give this another watch if you're hang dingled, or if you want to just see something from the past.
I'm not saying do it, but if you did do it,
yeah, if you did do it, you're in for a tip and a half. I'd say that.
yeah, if you did do it, check this out.
But thanks for joining us as we continue watching some of these nostalgia cartoons from the past, and these forgotten PSAs. Maybe if there's another one out there of other kind of crossovers, let us know, because I'd be really down to watch another kind of cash grabby vein.
Oh, dude, the 80s was like the 70s and to the 80s were like the time of fucking PSAs. You know what I mean? There's so many, all the cartoons, like fucking G.I. Joe, and like fucking there's a bunch of TV shows that would have the end of episode, hey, don't do bad stuff.
Oh,
those
yes.
segments.
Yep, like the after school special kind of deals.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so if there's another good one out there that we should watch, let us know, and let us know your thoughts on this one, and get to know Nino and the cool art that he's created. So thanks again, and have a good night. Don't do drugs.
No, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Don't touch Joanna's drugs.